Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth. 144, chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth in its divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from nowhere other than 5D, the fifth dimension, in the place to be as it should be. I don't know where else I would rather be. Be. See? Ah! Excitement. Where else you want to be? 5D. It's feeling like that right now with these energies. You hear that? That was an expression. So letting that out, that reminds me, happy Mercury conjunct with Neptune day, where it has not been in over 200 years. Like, a lot of us sometimes we take these days like any ordinary day and we don't realize these days, these energies, these celestial bodies are they're telling us something, right? So what is it telling us? Well, for one, we know Mercury is about communication, so that going by was not an accident. It's let out your expression. Go somewhere and scream. Let it out. Sing. Express yourself. And I'm hearing express yourself. You know you gotta. Whatever it is. Show thyself. But first know thyself. Right? Don't go showing thyself and thyself is looking like an ass. Know thyself, right? So, as usual, I bring you the news to infuse if you so choose to infuse with the light grid right here on this light grid activation, because we are activating. The communication lines are going up, the bandwidth is expanding, right? So, Mercury, which rules Gemini, the mental house, like not mental, but mental, right? The communication space, the month of Jehudi for those who have the 5D calendar. So Mercury is that Jehudi energy, information, the keeper of information, the giver of information, who passes information, right? On and on and on. The Akashic records as the information. So this is really expanding that. And I want to talk about that because there's so much that's been going on, so much that I'm seeing that we've been seeing, right, in the information realm. So much that we are being, right? Be evolved. Are we being evolved in who we're here to be? And communication is the key, right? And I'm not just talking about having a conversation. A lot of people think that when we say communication, it's just conversation. There is technological communication, and that technology being you and I, we are the first form of technology before those things that are created by mankind, because what it takes one to know one. So it takes a technology form to form another essence of technology. That is communication. That's why it has Mercury always affects anything to do with technology, communication, the media which likes to filter, which likes to create illusions, right? Which here goes Neptune. Neptune been breaking down the illusions, or what has been happening with Neptune, because the shadow of it is illusions, right? So now what is happening this day as Mercury conjuncts with Neptune, and in the journey that they have both been on, right? Mercury just came out of retrograde, so pulling back and looking at how we've been miscommunicating, misunderstanding, misspeaking, misexpressing. How we're expressing ourselves is a form of communication. Are we being true, right? The chakra that has to do with that is the throat chakra. Let me clear my throat. The throat chakra, which a lot of us have a blocked like throat chakra. I swear we need to probably, be walking around saying, let me clear my throat. Meaning, let me speak the truth. Let me be in authentic authority. Let me be in my soul integrity, right? Am I being an expression of truth? This is all what's happening right now in 5D, because 5D, 5, the fifth dimension, the fifth chakra, is expression. It is spirit. The fifth element is spirit as the expression, right? So it's in the atmosphere, it's in the ethers, it is the atmospheric body, which means what is in the atmosphere? How are we expressing? How are we giving expressions? How are we receiving expressions? And this is going to be the key right now. If we utilize these powers today, this is the key of who we are to be, right? And so, what I want to share, because this is like brief too as well, is 3 cards. Like I was pulling the other day, about 2 days ago, 3 cards. As I'm in my true blue, I'm going to give it to you. 3 throat chakra cards that I have to share with you. And this is part of the answer of what's going to be helping us in 5D. And the first one that pulled was clarity. Clarity is what we're going to need in our throat chakra. We need clarity. We need to be clear in what we're expressing, and we need to see clarity through true understanding. And then the next one was transmutation. Transmutation is what we need to be doing. We need to transmute. We need to transform, right? Transmutation allows us to have a true transformation. Be ye renewed by the transformation, or what does it say? Be ye transformed. There you go. By the renewing of your mind. So this has to be done. We need transformation in order to have what? Freedom. We need freedom. So this is what we are going towards. What I was getting from this is, and we need clarity, transmutation to have that freedom. We're not going to be able to freely express and be in our truth if we don't have clarity and if we don't take the time to transmute, right? So this is a part of what is happening in the energies right now. And this is like, I can hear expression, the throat chakra, like how you heard that person drive by. Let it out. If you have any thyroid issues, if you have any problems right here in the throat, it's because you have a blocked and out of alignment throat chakra, and it needs the expression. So utilize these energies, these sharp energies of today, the conjunction. And we got Mars going into Leo in a more comfortable sign. It's firing up now. So let's get fired up in our expression for truth, right? Especially in the 5D. And I got to talk to some more of my 5D people, because I got a serious download today. I don't know how many of y'all been feeling it, but a lot of the light codes was coming through. So talking about that communication, the light grid just opened up. And if you're already infused on the light grid, you've been getting those codes. You already been getting the dreams. The dreams have been more vivid. The dreams have been more intense. Some of us don't even feel like we dreaming. Like me, I just be clocking into another dimension or something and then coming back and like, oh, I'm back. You know, the body feels rested, but the mind is like, it just kept going. It just went somewhere else and came back with a message. Or some of us don't even feel like we're sleeping. And when you're dreaming, you're going into another essence of you. Your subconscious is opening up to you. So that in itself is communication. Our galactic family is communicating with us. Our celestial hosts, our higher self and multidimensional self is communicating. The timelines are shifting, splitting, and we are interdimensionally traveling, whether in our sleep, whether just sitting there and you just feeling this outer body type of, I don't know how many of y'all been feeling that, but I was feeling it heavy today. All right, heavy today, the 18th. Like, I really wanted to do True Blue yesterday, because Thursday is really my throat chakra day on my 5D calendar for those of you who have it. But it just didn't work out that way. And I just leaned into the energies of today. I felt a little fatigue. I could feel a little tingling, numbing. I'm feeling the earth. I'm feeling that there is something coming in the earth as this split is happening, and we'll talk about that there's a video that I need to share with you about this specific download that speaks more about that splitting that's happening, not just in the physical but the esoteric realm, right? So in the physical realm, it may be in the form of earthquakes, and there may be one happening right now. They probably got the tremors and they don't even know it. The ground probably already shaking underneath them, all right? Because there is going to be a major quake, right? As you split, it's just like how you know earthquakes. If there's a split happening, it's going to be frictional. And that's what's happening in the energetic realm. So those of us who are um, 5D, age of the Aquarian, whatever, different levels, whether you're the chosen few or the chosen of the chosen of the chosen few, or whether you're just now awakening, we got some serious decisions to make. And it's going to take us finding better expressions. Let Mercury guide you. Let this Mercury conjunct with Neptune that hasn't happened in 200 years at this degree. It's not to say that they've never been conjunct, but where they are now at 0 degrees of Aries, new beginnings, beginning something new, just coming through the birth into its newness, through the birth canal, through the 0, getting ready to step into the 1. Neptune hasn't been here in over 100 and something years. Where it's at now, at 0 degrees, which means it meant its full cycle. It closed out its end, its karmic cycle, came out of Pisces, which is the last house, last month, last cycle, however you look at it. And now it is in Aries. New month, new cycle. It's the beginning of a whole new cycle. So what illusions need to be broken? And a lot of what's happening it's happening, whatever has happened in the past few weeks in the retrograde of Mercury that's being brought forward, especially while it comes conjunct again with Neptune. Because remember, it was conjunct with Neptune at 29 degrees Pisces while it was in retrograde, or coming back forward, but it had its conjunct already. And now it's going back, it's conjuncting again, but now in Aries. And there is a major shift that is happening there. Like these are major shifts. And it's asking us in our communication, like I got 3 cards on the throat. So you know that it's highlighting to us, we got to get into our communication and how we're communicating with each other. Are we standing in right communication with each other? Do we have clarity, right? And some affirmations that I could say, that I could give you with it, is I know when I stay silent. I know when to stay silent and when to speak. I speak with clarity, knowing what to say and how to say it. I take enough time to go inward and listen, reflect, understand, and gain clarity of thought. Taking that time to really go within, go inward, right? And I take the time to say and express exactly what I need. This is what the energies are asking us to do. Are you saying what you need, or are you just sitting back and like, oh, I'm gonna let that slide? And it's not resonating with truth. It's not a truth resonance. And if you're doing that, then it is not being in the integrity of truth. It is not being evolved, BE, in the energy of truth. And therefore, you are living in your thought, in authenticity with yourself. When we allow others to say things around us and we don't stand up, not to say you got to argue, but we got to set some boundaries, and we got to say, no, nah, that's not, cancel. Even if you don't say it to them, cancel that in your thought. Don't let it just sit there and run around. No, we need clarity, right? And speak on it if you can. It's even more powerful when you can speak on it, because you cut the vibrations. Your tongue is a sword. So use your sword and cut those spells. Because people are saying things that they are putting spells out there, because they're repeating the spells that were put out there from society already. They're repeating regurgitated, misappropriated information. We have to cut those spells down. Even if it's to say no or make a sound. Sounds break up the energy. Clap, brush your hands off, be like, not me. Say something simple, but we got to have clarity. Clear the air of any false energies and false information and false vibrations that's not of truth. And it is therefore cannot be true communication within you intrapersonally, and between you and others interpersonally. How are we going to be one with the divine and in Christ consciousness or super consciousness when we're not in truth and in clarity right? And in alignment with that. So that's the clarity we need. The transmutation says, I release the negative thoughts and expectations of myself, others, and the world. That's when we got to release some expectations in our throat chakra. Release it, because that affects how we're expressing ourselves. Because we got some expectations, which is a fear-based feeling, by the way, right? It is easy for me to transform negative beliefs and expectations into positive and supporting ones, and so I do. So it is easy for me to transmute into positive ones, and so I do. Make sure you do, because expression is about the doing as well. Okay? You express by what you do. So people be saying stuff. It's not just about talking. It's in the energy of what they do. And the energy will show you who they are by what they do, whether they're doing it consciously or not. Most people aren't. They're not consciously aware, right? I recognize the power of my thoughts and words as they vibrate through the universe, creating my future reality. What? Somebody say 5D over here. Recognize the power of your words and how you create your life, world, and affairs by the words that you put out in the atmosphere. I create that, right? And that's how I create my new reality. What reality you on? Ideal reality, real reality, true time reality. Remember, I mentioned those realities. But we create that, and if you want to shift the paradigm and enter into your new timeline, then we got to be willing to express, to transform, to transmute these old concepts so that we can co-create our new reality and true reality. And that's how you transform. Transformers, more than meets the eye, right? And then last one, freedom. I release all tears, sadness, and attachment to closing up and playing small in order to allow my throat to open fully, like that person who drove by. Open it up. Release all tears. Let it go. Don't hold it back. Let them come up and let them flow. And let it go. Tears, sadness, any attachment that we have that is closing up or allowing us to play small. Stop downplaying yourself. That's a solar plexus issue. That's why the solar plexus go hand in hand with the throat. But that's a solar plexus issue. When you playing small, you dimming your light. No, turn that light up. Turn it up and shine your light the brightest that you are. I'm not saying be a show off. I'm saying show who you are. Show up for yourself and show who you are in truth, regardless of how anybody feels on the outside. You know who you are, right? And open that up. Allow your throat chakra to open up fully. Why? Because you're not playing small. You're expressing yourself. Express yourself. I open my throat and allow myself to breathe, sing, laugh, and cry. You know what I said earlier? Let it out. If you gotta let out that ugly cry, and your face turn all, let it do what it do, right? Sing. I don't care if you can't hold a note. Get in the shower and sing. And chances are, when you sing from your heart, you will find the note that fits you, right? Stop trying to sing other people's notes. That be the problem sometimes. I do that. Some people hear me, they be like, ooh, that sound good. And then the next minute I try to sound like, that don't sound good. Well, that's because I'm trying to sing somebody else's note that don't resonate, it's not. But when it's something that's in my heart and I feel it, oh, my throat find that note. Your throat will find that note if it is adhering to your heart, because the heart in its highest form is authenticity. This is the expression of your authenticity, right? So be authentic with yourself and let the truth set you free. Freedom card, right? My voice is an instrument through which I heal myself and others. Ashe. And then says, I heal. My freedom heals. I know that when I walk in my freedom alone, it heals. It also irritates. I know I be irritating some people. They be like, who the hell do she think she is? Yeah, but I'm walking in my freedom and my liberation. As I was just speaking to someone today with C. Marie. Thank you. Yeah, I'm in my freedom. I'm in my soul sovereignty. So I am not I'm not in the box of mankind's laws. I follow spirit's laws, and I am so free because I'm a soul sovereign. And they like, what are you a sovereign of? My soul. I am a soul sovereign being, and no one has my soul but me. So I am free to be who I am here to be. Freedom. No matter what's going on in the world, I don't bend or turn for anybody. And that's what I had to even remind myself today as the energies were coming in, phone calls were, I was like, I'm not answering a phone call today. Nope. If it's coming from 3D, if it's a 3D world, like the spirit wouldn't even let me. Like I could feel the vibration. I could feel the fatigue in my body. It was like, no, I'm too much in my I'm in the high definition of my spirit. I'm in high HD 5D, which y'all will hear me talk about. And I had to cut it off. And some of you may have to do that and just say, nope, not today. I had to cancel a scheduled appointment and say, no, I'd like to reschedule. Sometimes we got to be honest with ourselves and express it to others. Don't worry about who feelings you hurt. I can't hurt nobody's feelings if I'm living in my truth. If I'm living in the truth that I also own as my truth. And so with that, unapologetically true, I am to you. If it ruffles your feathers, that's not my job. Right? So know your freedom. This is how you get true freedom. Have clarity, practice transmuting to transform, and then feel the taste of your freedom. And that is how you heal. Because there's nothing to be healed, only truth to be revealed. And this is your truth center, expression of truth. So when I'm living in that truth and I'm expressing that truth and I'm communicating that truth, then there will be clarity instead of confusion, right? Instead of performances, there is projection, or there's patterns that you find, right? Instead of trauma, there's your treasures. That's how your trauma turned to treasures. Get out of the confusion. And when you have that as well, the Neptune energies in this conjunction is free to walk in its dreams and aspirations, which is what Neptune does. It is free to allow you to bring from the ethers and out of the spiritual house. Pisces, Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So it's free to bring the spiritual essence into the mix without it being confused with illusions, because what? There's clarity. Communication is clear, and I have been transformed, and I am free to be. I am that I am. Pow. Mercury and Neptune goes pow. So shout it out. Shout it out loud. Laugh out loud. Cry out loud. Sing out loud. Release it out loud. Because we're here to be in our best self by how we communicate within ourselves and between others. Right? Especially in the age of the Aquarian. So this is what I have, and this crystal I have to share with you as a token. It's, I believe, blue lace agate. I forget. I mixed the blue ones up. But I love it. It was like clarity. It was like, ooh, this is so sky blue and so true. So on behalf of our throat chakra, Mercury, that represents that communication, right? And see where Mercury and Neptune is in your chart and how they meet up, what they saying to each other right now in your chart. And allow this to have you just really set yourself in the atmosphere of truth. Ashe? So with that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart, right here. Shine your light from the inside out and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, and light.